So give everybody a little idea of where the TNA tag team situation is right now. Who are you guys looking at in terms of current challengers for people that may not have been following TNA as tightly as they should?
Sure. Well, I don't know if we're ever going to get rid of the thorn that is the Rascals, fortunately. I thought that we had put that behind us, but if final resolution this past weekend is evidence of anything, that's not going to happen. I don't think that I'm ever going to be able to get Trey off my back. Trey and I have been on career parallels, if you want to call it that. Trey and I have basically been competing with each other since 2017, since long before either one of us were signed to Impact or any sort of TV deal. When I first moved out to the Midwest in 2017 to further my young pro wrestling career, one of the young prospects out here was Trey. And so we both ended up we lived together. We were roommates. I was roommates with both Trey and Zach and Myron, the third rascal. I was roommates with all of them back then, back in 2017. And we were all training under the same person. We were all working for the same places weekly. We were traveling together a whole lot. We were really good friends for a long time, but that competition was always there. It was always looming. It was all three. It was just all a whole bunch of young guys trying to make it. And that has never stopped. Even after the Impact deal came, it came for us both, right? So Trey ended up landing on Impact. I ended up landing on Impact. And then there we were again, the same thing as 2017. There we were again competing for a spot. And there's just an undeniable, I guess maybe chemistry is what you would call it. But there's just an undeniable magic that happens between Trey and I. And I think it's just because neither one of us will ever accept a position below the other. We're always pushing for the top. So I've been married to Trey since then, and I don't think that I will ever be able to shake him. As long as he is in my vicinity, he'll never leave me alone. So of course the Rascals, we got to be aware of them. They're not gonna let us, get away scot-free with these titles. So we gotta keep an eye out for them. But as far as other teams go, I think the unique thing, one of the most special things about Impact Wrestling and now TNA is the open door policy, right? We have the most effective open door policy of any company in the world right now. There is almost no restriction to who can come through our doors and challenge. So that's really exciting. It could literally be anybody, as long as another company or a group of people or whoever's in charge of whoever, as long as they are willing to come and challenge, the door will always be open. There's hardly any restriction or reason to not let somebody come in. So there are so many teams out there beyond TNA that could easily come in and give it a shot. And I think that's there's a lot of really exciting things there. You can't just put it under the one umbrella, right? It's not just the teams in TNA that we have to be aware of. It could really be anybody. It could be anybody at all.
So we could be getting a surprise here in Las Vegas for Ace Austin or our good friend Chris Bay at Hard to Kill.
At the moment, nobody is really in a number one contender position, right? We ended the year as the final Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions, definitively, against Myers and Eddie. And now there is not really anybody poised at the top of the ladder to challenge us next. So I would say a surprise challenge to kick off this new generation of TNA is inevitable.
It could be interesting, to say the least.